It is the first thing you see when you wake up. It is the last thing you see before you sleep. You touch it thousands of times a day. We tell ourselves we are looking at the world. But what if we are actually hiding from it? Right now, you hold a device capable of broadcasting your thoughts to 8 billion people in milliseconds. By every measurable metric, we are the most hyper-connected generation to ever walk the earth. Yet, beneath the fiber optic cables, a quiet crisis is unfolding. We have never been more connected, and we have never felt so completely alone. In the late 20th century, philosopher Jean Baudrillard introduced a concept that perfectly diagnoses this modern ache. He called it the simulacrum, a state where human beings replace reality with a simulation of reality. Baudrillard argued that we no longer consume actual experiences. Instead, we consume signs and symbols of those experiences. We don't just have friendships anymore. We have follower counts. We don't share a moment of vulnerability. We post a curated caption. We have traded the messy, unpredictable nature of real human interaction for a highly polished, digitized simulation of it. When you scroll through your feed, your brain registers the faces and voices as genuine social connection. It is an optical illusion of intimacy. You are eating digital crumbs and wondering why you are still starving. A like is not validation. A comment is not a conversation. An avatar is not a human being. We are comforting ourselves with the hologram of community, while the muscles required for actual human intimacy begin to atrophy. This is the illusion of connection. It promises us the world, but isolates us in our own minds. It turns our cities into crowded wildernesses, where we are surrounded by millions, but known by none. We check our notifications because we are terrified of what happens when the screen goes dark. We are running away from the silence, because in the silence, we are forced to confront the one person we've been ignoring all along, ourselves. Somewhere along the way, we decided that being alone was a diagnosis. If you eat lunch by yourself, people wonder if you're okay. If you go to a movie alone, they call it brave. We have built a culture where solitude isn't just uncommon, it's suspicious. So we fill it, every gap, every silence, every red light at an intersection. We've engineered a life with 0 unstructured minutes. Podcasts for the commute, shows for the treadmill, music for the shower. We are terrified of dead air, because dead air means it's just us in there. And we're not sure we like the company. In 1670, the philosopher Blaise Pascal wrote a sentence that reads like it was written yesterday, aimed directly at your phone. He wasn't talking about boredom. He was talking about something deeper, the specific low-grade panic that rises when there's nothing left to distract you from your own mind. Pascal believed that almost every form of human self-destruction, the compulsions, the noise, the chasing, traces back to one root cause. We cannot sit still with ourselves. And nearly 400 years later, we didn't solve the problem. We just gave it better lighting and a faster download speed. Here's the part we don't say out loud. Silence isn't actually empty. It's full of everything we've been avoiding. The unanswered question about your career, the relationship you haven't been honest about, the grief you keep meaning to sit with, the version of yourself you suspect you've disappointed. The scroll isn't entertainment. It's an exit door. We use it hundreds of times a day. But here's what Pascal never got to see. What if the silence isn't the enemy? What if we've just never been taught what to do once we're standing inside it? Because there's a difference, a massive, life-altering difference between being alone and being lonely. And almost no one ever teaches you which one you're actually afraid of. English gives us exactly one word for being by yourself: alone. But feelings aren't that simple, so we built two more words to describe two completely different experiences: loneliness and solitude. They can look identical from the outside, same empty room, same quiet afternoon, but internally they are opposites. Loneliness is a painful lack of connection. It's the ache of wanting to be seen and not being seen. It's absence. Solitude is the opposite. It's a full chosen presence with yourself. It's not something happening to you. It's something you're doing. One is starving, the other is a feast for one. The theologian Paul Tillich put it more precisely than almost anyone. Pain and glory, same room, same silence, completely different experience, because the difference isn't the silence itself, it's your relationship to it. Solitude isn't the absence of people, it's the presence of yourself. And that presence is a skill. The Stoics trained for it deliberately, withdrawing from society on a regular basis, not to escape the world, but to make sure they could still recognize their own thoughts without a crowd to borrow opinions from. If you can't enjoy your own company, that's not a personality trait. That's a muscle you've never trained. So if solitude is a skill and not a curse, how do you actually build it? Not as a concept, as a Tuesday morning. You don't fix a 400-year-old problem with a hack, but you can start rebuilding the muscle with 3 deliberately small, deliberately doable habits. Step 1. The first 30 minutes, before your thumb touches the screen, give your own mind 30 minutes to wake up first, before 8 billion other people's opinions get to it. You don't need an app for this. You need a nightstand your phone isn't allowed to sleep next to. Step 2. The solo walk. No podcast, no music, no destination that matters. Just 20 minutes of letting your own thoughts arrive uninterrupted. Because most of us haven't heard a fully formed, unnarrated thought of our own in years. Step 3. Treat yourself like a friend you actually enjoy. Would you interrupt a friend mid-sentence to check a notification? Would you abandon a friend the second the room got quiet? Then don't do it to yourself. Solitude ends the moment you start treating your own company as a problem to be solved. The people who are the best at love, the best at friendship, the best at showing up fully for other people, are almost always the people who first learned how to sit in a room alone and be okay. Because you cannot give someone your full presence if you've never learned to have your own. Solitude isn't the opposite of connection. It's the foundation of it. So tonight, when the room goes quiet, don't reach for the screen. Stay a minute longer, see who's there.